Hi Miss Catherine, I'm Ching Su Ting and I'm going to present my first assignment draft. For assignment 2, I have chosen the Human Relations and Human Resources approach, which comes to my title, Human Relations Approach Practice in the Direction of Communication and Content of Information in a Voluntary Organization to Maintain its Volunteers. The purpose of this report is to investigate what the volunteers communicate among each other and how their direction of communication motivates them to continue volunteering. The aim of this report is to examine the sustainability of volunteers in a voluntary organization which practices human relations approach in its direction of communication and content of information. I have chosen 4 journal articles to support my report. The first one entitled Internal Communication, Information, Satisfaction and Sense of Community, the Effect of Personal Influence. The reason I chose this journal article is because it studies on the communication channels and relationships with top management which affect the perception and flow of information from top, which was done in universities management, while mine will be on NGO. The second journal article entitled Relationships Between Communicator, Staff and Managerial Performance in Complex Organizations, a Field Study. The reason I choose this one is because this research on communication style, which consists of dominant, attentive, open, friendly, which was carried out in a non-profit general hospital, but mine will be on a non-profit but in Malaysia because this general hospital is in the US. The third journal article entitled An Exploratory Study of the Relationships Between Theory X and Theory Y, Assumptions and Superior Communication Style. This study uses McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y, which is one of the theories under human relations approach, which I also will be using it in my report later on. The last journal article that I've chosen entitled Ethical Leadership, the Foundation of Organizational Growth. This is a study on profitable organization, and in this study they stated that they will not research on the leaders of volunteers, so I will be doing the research on the volunteers. These are my statement of research question. The question 1 is, how can the content of information maintain a volunteer to continue serving in a voluntary organization? Second question is, what type of communication direction can maintain a volunteer to continue serving in a voluntary organization? The method that I will be using is qualitative method, which is interviews. And I will be interviewing one of the NGO, the St. John Ambulance Malaysia, and particularly one of the area in St. John, in Selangor, which is Kawasan Selangor Tengah Utara. And I will be interviewing the superior officers and also the junior officers, about 6 of them. And the interview session will be recorded and transcribed later for further analysis. For assignment 3 portfolio, the format that I'll be using is magazine to write out the learning outcome of previous lectures, tutorial discussion and activities. And the essay that I've chosen, which will be embedded at the back of the magazine, is the first question, which is discuss reasons why hierarchies of power persist in organizations despite the development of theories and approaches that propose alternative means of organizing that are not only more efficient but preferable to people within an organization, and also what impact this has on communication and decision making. Consider which approaches are most relevant when answering this question, but ensure that you specifically reference classical approaches and at least 2 other approaches that I will think later on. So this comes to the end of my presentation. Thank you.